Okay. Alright, looking... Right, blowback's all the way down there. Like...
Before we even
turn
consider...
around and I'm gonna, you know, give a thumbs up to blowback, but then my thumb's immediately gonna hitch back and direct towards Kaber. Did you bring the med kit, or is it in the van?
Well, I think EE ruled that it was like a big ass thing, so I'd have to take minuses to carry it around with me.
It's
so yeah,
it's back
in the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back. I mean, if somebody wants to go outside and grab it real quick, we can try and res him. I'm gonna try and pick up stim packs after this run, as many stim patches and trauma patches as I can carry for this situation.
Forget the elf. Did we get any location on the eyes?
It's still going.
Still going. Okay, well, since no one's doing anything, I'm gonna move over to Kaber. I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna check for any obvious wounds.
Okay. Make a
His wallet's missing.
first aid check.
Okay.
Press all the buttons on the elevator.
Bing boom, bing boom, bing boom.
One success.
He has some burn marks visible, but beyond that, you're not exactly sure. They don't look too bad.
Okay. Well, based on that, I'm gonna start slapping his cheeks, trying to rouse him.
How hard do you want to slap him? Like, just not like unarmed attack slap.
I mean, he was just enveloped by for all I could tell, an actual angry bit of air. I'm going to assume that there's something bad, so I'm just going to be whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You know, I'm not going to wake up, Kaber. It's time for breakfast.
Yeah, but you're not going to like full on unarmed attack like.
Oh no, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to like break his jaw, but I'm trying
just
to
slap him around a bit.
Cheek.
Yeah, no.
Alright, can we assume we're out of combat?
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, well then I could just run a first aid on him. I got 10 points even without the med kit, so...
Okay, run the first aid.
Can I still slap him first?
Yeah, you slap him, nothing happens.
Can I keep going?
Yeah.
More
Okay,
slapping.
Kaber,
Hey.
you recover 4 points of stun damage.
Are you awake yet? He sounds so bummed.
Does he come to while I'm just in the middle of just slapping
He's sitting on his
him
chest.
side to side?
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
This is where you pull out a Sharpie and just start drawing dick butts on his face.
You better stop slapping me or I'm gonna shoot you.
I'm just sitting here pressing the elevator open doors button so no one else can use it.
Okay. Well, the moment he seems to rouse, I'm like...
I'm pretty sure one of the dead guys you blast with the assault cannon has like a leg just sitting in the door, so that'll keep it open.
He's twitching.
Welcome back to the land of the living. And say, it's like, tap his cheek a little bit more gently, where these huge red hand-shaped welts have started to appear.
And yell down the hallway that you guys are done fiddling up the elf there. How can we get on here and find this guy?
Do we want to take the stairs or we want to take the elevator?
We're taking the stairs.
I was gonna say, elevator feels like... I mean, either way we might get ambushed, but at least we shot that gas thing, whatever the shit that was. This is seriously fragged up, though. Do we have any idea
what fire
what...
extinguishers or any like pieces of like, just like drac just around like broken banisters and stuff like that? Yeah.
There are some bits of broken banister lying next to banisters where Pug dived through it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of these and I'm gonna try and wedge them in the door of the elevator.
It's a good idea.
You wedge them in the elevator. It's not particularly hard to do. You get the feeling from like the scratch marks that people have done this before just for laughs. And yeah, you do.
Can I check the corpses or anything, any
Sure.
sticks or anything?
Okay, make a quick... Are you patting them down or are you looking at them?
He's fondling them.
I'm patting it, yeah. I'm going right in there. I'm going...
Okay, so that'll be an agility plus palming.
By the way, in the time that it takes me to walk
Plus
the length
3.
of a corridor, my sprites have done a bajillion things in the
Yeah, I know. But I know how many 3-second complex actions they will take. Actually, no, it's multiple per 3 seconds. But still, it's quite actually a long time.
Well,
Was that palming plus 3?
Because every, like, 3, they're interrogating a single device. They've got to get through a lot of devices in the entire building. There's a lot of people in Bump Block.
Can I first aid Bug, too?
3, yeah.
If Pug will let you.
Bug, you want first aid, man? You're looking a little bloody.
Sure thing. Make it quick. We gotta move.
Yeah.
What were you asking, Kaber? You were trying...
Was it
Pug, you
palming
get
plus
2
3?
physical back as Blowback quickly, like, bandages your leg.
Ah, feels good. We're bleeding less now. This is good.
Yeah.
Pseudo, you were saying?
I was saying that Caber's been trying to say something for like a minute.
Caber.
Was it palming +3? Is what I asked.
Yeah, agility plus palming
plus
plus 3. I'll give you 3 because it's like specifically looking for something on a body. Okay, so I'm going to call that 5 for everybody just to speed things up. That's enough. You do find... Right, so... Do you go to the bodies outside?
There's no point, it's just giblets. Like, whatever they had's fucked.
I'm specifically collecting
I've got to go outside.
comlinks.
I've got to go get the medkit anyways because we're gonna have to take this guy's eyes and his cyber deck out, and I'd like the extra help.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know what? Just drag him out and do it in the van.
I guess we could do that if that assumes that Pug stays conscious.
But you had to get the medkit
problem
anyway
is-
to do those tests, so you grabbed the medkit, so you did go out.
He's going to be driving the van. We won't want to have the autopilot for
You find 7 rating 3 comlinks, Abak. Pseudo.
that. Oh.
Caber. Now you find 7 Beretta 201T pistols. You find 6 Sesker Black Scorpion machine pistols. You find 7 knives. And you find 3 Wakizashi swords.
Wakazashi.
As he's doing
Seeing
all of
this,
that, I'm going to say, look, unless you're ready to change the ownership on all of that, make sure you've turned off the wireless. Make sure you've just shut down any kind of online connectivity. And Pseudo's specifically doing this on all the comlinks.
Okay.
If he has to, he's literally snapping the comlinks.
All right, I need to ask, does this sword have anything like that?
You look at the sword and make an armorer. No. Computer plus intuition.
Can I just give it to Pseudo and have him look at it?
Pseudo, make a
Like,
computer
what
plus
the fuck?
intuition. Pug hands you this ancient-looking Japanese katana, but that's in a sort of more modern build, obviously, but it's ancient in its design, and asks, "Is there any online shit?"
Would that be a matrix perception?
I don't care. You're a technomancer. You buy the hits and you go, "It's a sword." There's
I
no
do.
wireless on it.
It is
Come on,
a
Master.
piece of sharp metal used to cut stuff.
You do notice that it has a very ornate hilt. And
It's a really pretty piece of sharp metal used to cut
the
things,
actual
but-
like
Pretty good.
shaft itself, where you have to hold it, looks like it's been designed especially ergonomically made for someone's hand. It doesn't fit particularly well on the troll's hand.
It's a really bloody expensive, pretty, sharp piece of metal that's used to cut things, Pug.
Expensive's good.
Pretty good.
You also find comlinks, Caver. Not Caver. Not comlinks. Caver. You find cred sticks worth a total of 1,427 Noyen. The majority of that is found in on one cred stick, which belongs to the guy who had the katana. That, in fact, has about just over $1,000 worth of that.
As much as I'm enjoying this little scene of lootery here, guys,
Yeah,
we
we
should
need
probably
to be
stay
on
on
the
At
task.
which point, Grok gets back to you and goes, Grok was the old man one, right?
Well, you said it was, but yeah, we'll go with that for now.
Okay. In which case, Pseudo, I have found the one you're looking for. He is on the 4th floor in the corner apartment that I've marked on your HUD.
Okay, thank you very much, Grok, and I dismiss.
Oh, well, farewell. No, thank you at all, bloody peasants.
I'm gonna have to
You got a
send you
shit talking sprite, man.
I'm gonna have to send you the drawings I have made of my sprite pet.
Yeah, you will.
No,
None
just-
of them talk shit. None of them.
Send Grok a little video of you slapping the elf around. Just like, this is your next.
Wow.
That's mean. I don't treat my pets like that. Damn it.
Okay.
So we want
Okay.
to ditch these guns and just take
So
the
bear in
knives and
mind,
swords.
since the first shot was fired, I would say about 5 minutes have now passed.
Yeah, we need to be on the move right now.
Mainly because looting took a few minutes.
Yeah. No,
All right,
it's fine.
I'm gonna start heading up the stairs then. Let's go level 2.
Okay, I've
Yep,
passed
level
the
2.
arrow to everyone else. So
Okay, you head
they'll
up.
all now have a little ping on there.
You get to the 2nd floor, and there's one old lady looking out of her door, like, "What's going on?" She sees Pug and goes, "Oh no!" Closes the door quickly.
Terrifier of old ladies.
I mean, it's a 350 kilo troll with a light tank weapon on his back, And a
His guts are,
katana,
like,
which is
falling out,
bloody.
It's all good. We keep moving.
Okay,
Level
you
3.
get to the 3rd floor.
Do I see any more icons of guns? Like, is there a collection of guns like the ones we just saw?
No, unfortunately, when you look around for guns that have been marked, there's just like a couple here and there, but nothing that catches your eye. I mean, it looks like just general apartment type. People have occasionally got weapons. You get to the 3rd floor. Nothing there.
Were all of the comlinks that I got the same make?
Yes, they're all Renraku Sensei.
Can I see any other Renraku Sensei comlink icons?
Sure, you can see probably about 5 of them in different rooms.
Okay.
No one's clustered.
Are any of them near the guy, the ping for Cyber Eyes and Cyber
Yeah,
Neck?
one of them is in the room next to that room.
Okay. I'm marking that on everyone else's arrow
Okay.
as a potential. Can I see any icons for guns on that one?
Yeah, in that room, not on the actual person itself, but in that room there is a weapon marked.
Okay, I'll mark that as well, but we're on the move.
Okay. You get to the 4th floor, and as soon as you get up the stairs, you notice these 2 kids, fairly young, both of them human at the moment, who look up at Pug in wonder and go, "Cool, mister, you're big."
Gotta give him a freebie flex. Just guns out.
They're
Who's gonna walk past them? Screw these kids.
"Aw, please, sir, you got annoying to spare. We haven't eaten in 2 days."
I'm going to point my gun at them.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Because I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
As he goes to raise his gun, Pseudo reaches out and puts his hand on the barrel and tries to push it down, while saying, "There's 100 new yen in it for you if you scream as loud as you can if you see any people coming up the stairs in suits."
Okay, but do you let
Good
him do
idea.
that?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, on the other hand, Pseudo has control
Yeah,
over all of
okay
our weapons. He can just shut it down.
Sure.
He's an animal.
We'll watch the stairs, and they go to the top of the 4th floor stairs.
Okay.
Quite happy to be able to be like helping out some. You look a little bit like some sort of Shadowrunners, actually, because you're a miscellaneous bunch of miscellaneous gear, taking out guys. And Shadowrunners have a reputation amongst some parts of culture for being these go-getter mercenaries that fight against the corpse. And there are actually a couple of TV
Robin
shows.
Hood.
Yeah, there are a couple of TV shows that sort of have Shadowrunners as these sort of banditry hero people. So these kids are obviously, they're like, they must be Shadowrunners. Oh, yay! And they're happy to help out for 100 Noyan, yeah.
Okay.
They go watch the top of the stairs for you.
I thought
I
there
go
was going
back
to be
down
100
to the
million
third
in it
stair.
for me not to shoot them.
I thought that as well.
I'm gonna go back down to the 3rd floor stair,
Yeah.
and I want to get clear to where the kids won't get hit. But I wanted to set up a frag grenade on one of the walls with a motion tripper, just in case somebody comes from behind us.
Okay, sure. So you can put the frag grenade down. You can set up a motion sensor on it, and then you can turn the timer on so the motion sensor only goes off after a certain time.
Such
Can
a
I get
bad
the motion
idea.
sensor? Can I get the motion sensor to ping my comlink, and then I can push the button? Would that be
doesn't come
possible?
as default on grenades. You could possibly get Pseudo to hack the grenade to do that. It's an easy hack, but
I'd like to keep control over it, just in case it's somebody I don't want to blow up.
you wouldn't know, unfortunately, because it doesn't come with a camera or anything installed.
I have my RFID tags with the camera sensors on them with them.
Bad idea.
You can
We need the
in which case
stairs.
you can put a grenade there and just set the wireless on it, and then put a camera sensor above it, and you can just have the camera sensor in your image. And if you see someone go past, you can just.
Yeah, sure.
You want to do that, Pseudo? You feel good about this? You're the moral
sure.
compass.
What do I need
All right.
to set up? As long as you don't set it off with the civilians.
Yeah, no,
then I'm
it's
fine
perfectly
with
fine. The grenade can be set to wireless. You place it, and then you just put the camera a sensor above it. Easy enough.
it. Okay. And I rig this up to Blowback's comlink so he can see.
No, you take control of it. I'm gonna let you do it.
No.
Yeah.
TACnet. Everyone can see this if you so choose.
Yeah, that's what I prefer.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So Pseudo, Blowback, you're both down there with a grenade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you place the grenade, it will try and be hacked. So.
Okay.
Right, this is the point I need to pull out
Protect
my
me.
matrix sheet.
Well,
Save
I
us,
don't know.
Technomancer.
Pseudo, you said that your comlink was going to be basically hosting everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What strength is your comlink?
It's got a firewall of 5.
Okay, so...
Unfortunately, I forgot to tell Bit to start diagnosticing it again.
Right, I'm spoofing a command, so it's hacking plus intuition versus logic plus firewall. Firewall for the comlink is just the comlink's device rating. So if you want to roll device rating plus logic...
No, the firewall for this comlink is specifically 5. The device rating is 3.
Oh, in which case, sorry, firewall is 5 then, plus the logic.
My logic? Yeah?
Yes. Because you're the one who set up the firewall, effectively.
Okay.
And then I have to roll my... Two hits. So you notice that a spoof command just got repelled by your firewall, intent on detonating the grenade as the wireless was activated.
Okay. I immediately turn the wireless off, and I push to everyone else, wireless off. On your guns, on any bits of you that you don't want someone else to be using, shut it down now.
How does that affect us?
It means you don't get the wireless bonus, but you'll still get certain bonuses to it.
At which point, because the Matrix acts very, very fast, Avak, please do the same again as something targets Pug's wide reflexes.
I hate to say this, because honestly, Pug, but my device only has a device rating of 3, although it's got a firewall of 5.
That's fine. Firewall 5 plus logic.
Yeah, but because I can only hook up the number of... It's only my own weapons that are hooked up to it.
Okay.
Pug's on his own.
What
Pug.
about my own device rating 5?
What's your comlink?
Hermes icon.
5. And what's your logic?
Actually, it's 3, isn't it? It's reasonable logic.
3.
In which case,
still 8.
roll me your 8 dice in defense against this.
I'm sorry, Pug. I had to be a fair player there.
Okay, I got 2 net hits. The command sent to your wide reflexes was to have a fit. Effectively turn everything on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Do a full diagnostics if it wasn't in someone's body. In terms of what that would mean for you, you fall prone, and I will say you have to resist 5 stun damage. With body, no armor allowed.
I'm gonna push a message to everybody through my little comlink thing. We need to take the room now. He's hacking everything at ridiculous speed.
You take 1
gotta
stun
take him
damage
right
then.
now.
I've already turned wireless off on all of the devices on my pan.
Does
and
everyone
I'm
else turn wireless
actively
off?
turned... They've given me commands, so I'm turning all of their wireless off for them,
Okay.
they're moving too slow.
In which case, that doesn't matter because you can... Do you want to go into VR to do that extra fast?
Yes.
In which case, you fall to the ground,
Yeah.
and then you get back up because that takes you the blink of an eye. Everyone now has wireless off, whether they like it or not.
Fucking Matrix newbies. When your Technomancer
I'm having
tells
a
you to
while.
turn wireless off, you don't stop to have a bloody chat.
Does that stop me having a fit?
Yeah, that stops you having a fit.
Thank God.
Effectively,
No one
pseudo
wants a
then
flailing
orders your
troll in the
wireless
hallway.
reflexes to reboot. And they
Yes.
reboot, and they'll be fine in like 10 seconds time.
Let's take this fragger. Let's get inside that room and put some holes in this dude. I don't like this. He tried to blow
Okay,
me up with a
so
grenade.
you can move to...
He tried... I've got a mark on him, on his cyber deck. Cause
Yeah,
he
you get a
tried
mark
and
when they
failed.
fail an attack, yeah.
Yeah. So I now I can just flat out see the cyber deck, can't I?
Yeah, it's in the 4th room, along with
Okay.
the mark that Croc gave you.
Okay, I'm telling Gru, brick the cyber deck. No, actually, wait.
We
No,
need that.
would
Don't
be
do that.
silly.
Don't do
Yes,
that.
Yes. No. Okay. I thought about it. I've thought better about this. Oh my
Meanwhile,
god.
Gru is done breaking the cyber deck.
Yeah,
Why don't you fix it
meanwhile,
back online? It takes like
it's
3
all
seconds.
gone. It's all gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Gru enter cyber combat, and I'm just gonna tell him to hack and just reboot the cyber deck.
Okay, in which case you will need to get extra marks, because I think a reboot you need 3 marks, don't you?
Gru
me
will
just check.
keep trying to do this.
Reboot device, 3 marks. Okay, so he will go for 2 marks.
To be fair, Gru is gonna have to get all 3 because I'm not the same as Gru. We don't
Yeah.
share marks, unfortunately.
Do you not?
I have
Really weird.
because they're their own personas.
Yeah, but I guess.
I mean, as far as
slave
I'm
devices
aware.
share. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah, it's
be a
hosted
slave
share
or
marks,
master.
you're right.
Yeah.
Right, so he's going to...
Oh, damn it, I hate being a nice player.
Grab
should
mark.
just shut
What's
up.
grab mark? He wants to... Is he going to sleaze or attack, Gru? What's he better at?
He's good at attacking. He's just going to go for brute force.
He's going to brute force a mark, and he's going to brute force at -4 for 2 marks the first time around. Brute force can cause damage. 1 matrix damage per 2 net hits.
Okay.
Would he do that, or would he do the sleaze action?
Well, I would have communicated that I don't want it broken.
In which case, he would go for hack on the fly, which is hacking plus logic.
Yeah. That's fine then. We'll just go with that then. So, right action.
At -4 for 2 marks.
Oh,
In which case, you get 1 mark. It's fine. Yeah, you get a mark. You're on 2 marks. He's going to try and then... Screw it. He's going to attack Gru and just try and brute force Gru. No, it's a cyber attack. What's it called? Which
Data
is just...
spike?
Data spike, that's the one. Which is cyber
While they're
combat plus
doing
logic.
this, can we do anything in meat space, or is this happening like in the blink
This
of
is
an eye?
happening like 4 times per every action you get. I'll let you know, because you get 1 action to get to the door, and there'll be an action to go through the door. But I'll let you know. Effectively, they're going to get 4 rounds before you can act. Right, Data Spike. So he rolls his versus your intuition plus firewall for Gru.
Okay, which is... let me just quickly check, because sprites don't have intuition, they have sleaze. So, okay, there we go. So, what do you want me to roll?
Intuition plus firewall.
Okay.
Oh! He has to resist 4 damage coming back at him.
I'm so glad our
resist it.
Technomancer's finally getting to do Decker stuff.
Gru?
He's going to do exactly the same thing again.
Okay, go for
Playing
it.
the Tapemancer.
He's gonna be unconscious before we get in the room. This is gonna be great.
He gets 3 for his defense. You have your 3rd mark. I'm going to attack you the same way I did before.
Okay.
So right now, in Astral Combat, Gru, this old man... Because you haven't
Gru
told
is
me-
not an old man.
You
Gru is
haven't given me
actually a
the-
Gru.
give me the
I
art.
have. You last time you asked me about it. Oh,
Okay,
well,
what does
that's
he
the
look
thing.
like? What does he actually look like?
A Gru looks like nothing. It is the embodiment of darkness and fear.
Right, he is a black, all-consuming hole, just a missing
Yes.
shape. This missing shape just lunges out and smacks
just get-
a
you
black
get the
sort of
impression.
inky splot onto the Decker. The Decker retaliates. This dwarf with a cape trailing behind it, flashes of glitter and lightning going on inside it, and these sort of mysterious code essences coming out and just shooting into Gru and damaging Gru, but bouncing off and hitting back. Tries again, bounces off. He has to resist the damage. Gru is just too tough for him.
One does not mess with Grus, otherwise they are likely
Gru,
to
you
be
can
eaten.
now reboot device.
Yes.
That is a compute plus logic versus my willpower plus firewall.
Okay. Computers plus logic, which is logic, data processing. Which for Gru is plus 1. Wow. Gru really messed that up.
And mark on Gru. At which point...
Can you get a mark on a persona? He isn't a device.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think you can. That's very odd. Okay.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I would
genuinely
have to
don't
check that to do with sprites again. But anyway, he will then retaliate by attacking Gru.
Okay. We've had 4 rounds now.
Yeah, this is the last one because he acts after Gru. So the dwarf brings his hand back, and this time lunges forwards with sort of this Superman-type punch, code streaming around. And again, Gru just bats him to the side, and he goes tumbling end over end, trying to struggle free from this inky black darkness that sort of tries to envelop him. He suffers 2 points of damage to his cyber deck.
You get the distinct impression of teeth and hunger from Gru.
He gets the distinct impression of teeth and hunger from Gru. Okay.
Is that going to break the cyber deck if it's taking damage?
Only when it actually fully bricks.
Yeah.
Pug, Blowback, Pseudo, and Caber, you get to the door.
I'm gonna let everybody know to let me check it for explosives or anything. This guy's a techie, so this thing could be rigged.
Okay, I will require you to make an intuition plus demolitions.
Okay. Intuition plus demolition. I go 5, and then
I'm gonna go like a little bit away, back the way that we walked, just in case something blows up.
Run away, little elf.
Yeah. I was going to say you astral
You can
perceive
blow
there,
the fuck
but
up.
no. Okay.
No.
No, I'll move back with Cable, and I just tap him on the shoulder and say, "Keep an eye," and then
Okay.
I go limp. I'm going straight into hot sim.
Oh, you're going hot
So
sim.
which-
It's on, baby.
If we're going towards the door, can you show us which door it is?
It's the far one. I'll ping you. How do I ping? There is a ping button.
No idea.
Oh, I'm going to freehand draw. Whoop.
All right, thanks.
For anyone watching who cares to know which door it is, it's that one I've just indicated with the blue circle down on the left.
I'm going to assume that Cable went all the way back here because this looks like the sort of place a Cable would go to.
Yes.
all right. So there's the demolitions roll right there.
As far as you can tell, the door is not rigged.
Okay.
At which point, that took you 3 seconds, so that's another 4 turns of Matrix combat, at which point Pseudo will get to the end of the hall and be able to jump in for the next round afterwards. So, Gru, do you want to reboot the device?
Yes, Gru is trying to reboot the device once again.
Okay, go for
right,
it.
So computers and logic, is that right?
Yes.
Logic is data processing.
Blowback, are you at the door?
Yeah, we're all at the door. I just checked it for bombs or anything, so we should be good to breach.
Nope, he's going to retaliate by trying to attack you. This dwarf, again, lunges forwards at Gru, trying to Superman punch the inky blackness of this weird spheroid shape, who effortlessly shrugs it off.
When is he going to get the message?
Do you want to do the same again?
Yeah.
Okay, he tries to format again. Gru sort of reaching out these sort of long black tendrils to try and attack the cyber deck. This is all happening in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a better roll. Yes.
It will reboot
Okay.
in a few seconds.
The moment that I sense...
it reboots. He suffers dump shock.
Yes, he's
You know
just
how
got
long it
dumped
has
out
a
of the
functioning
Matrix.
firewall as well. which
If
means
he
has
was
to resist
matching
with.
Gru turn for turn, then he was in hot sim as well. Because that's the only way he could have that kind of Matrix speed.
he takes physical damage from that. Yeah, so he takes some physical damage. You're not in the room.
No.
But anyway,
The moment his deck goes down, I ping to everyone, deck's down, and I...
okay, who's kicking the door in?
I thought we were going to turn our... or once the deck was down, I thought we were going to turn our wireless shit back on.
Okay, you want to debate this?
Yeah.
Real time.
Yeah.
Nah, just
Yeah.
take the door down. Let's take this guy.
Just before you do that,
Alright.
I'm going to use astral perception and have a look at the door, just in case.
Okay, you asked him to see the door. The door has a mana barrier across it. You can tell that quite easily. Who's taking the door down?
Big guy.
Oh,
While
I
they're
guess.
while they're all debating this, I'm moving super fast. I'm literally turning all of their wireless back on, and
Okay.
making sure that their wireless reflexes are on. But I am pushing notifications to them that they don't have long. Make the best of this.
Okay, so they have been debating this for a few seconds now because no one told
I
me
know.
who was doing it.
Yeah, take the door, Pug. Take the door.
Gru reports
Alright,
to you
well-
that he has rebooted and now is back online. Pug, attack the door.
Okay.
He
I
will
was
have to
really
get
waiting
marks
for-
again, though.
I was waiting for Blowback to actually get over there, and he's just still by the elevator.
Oh, I didn't even know we had changed maps.
So how do
you need
we-
to make an? Are you using your katana or are you going to use your fists?
What would be easier to take? I assume a fist is better for a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A katana, the problem with katana is it sticks in and then you're like, oh, that did 1 damage, whereas fist just
Yeah.
smashes. So yeah, if you use your
Okay.
fist, so that'll be unarmed plus agility. So your strength is 10 plus 2, so that's 12. Plus 4 for the net hits is 16. The door tries to resist.
Hopefully, it does not.
Basically, you punch the door roughly near where the catch is for the door and the lock, and effectively a 1 meter chunk of door explodes inwards. The bottom bit, which doesn't have any catch now, just swings open. And in it, you can see a relatively shabby living room with some stacked empty pizza boxes, a couple of slices of pizza just lying around that are just
Pizza.
a little bit cold. And prone in an armchair is a dwarf with a bloody nose streaming down his face.
The moment that door is open, I'm actually going, because I can see the deck, I'm going to push a video feed to the deck of what Pug's comlink is showing, of him just going through the door, and the message, stop now, you'll live, or he will tear you apart.
Make an intimidation check, and you can have +3 because Pug.
Because Pug.
Just
Pug.
because
Pug.
Pug.
That's hilarious because I don't even have intimidation ability.
Anyone in chat asking if the map is relevant? It's really not. There's no real combat going on right now, other than the Matrix combat, which is all airy-fairy in the cloud, so to speak. Don't worry. If there is anything relevant, I will bring the map up.
Air thing.
I mean, if people want to desperately see what a living room looks like, that is a living room there on the left. 0
I'm
hits.
going to use a point of edge to reroll.
You may use a point of edge to reroll your 6 die.
Go 1, okay. Better than a glitch. Haha!
You notice that he goes offline on the Matrix. His persona.
Okay. I'm pushing the message to them, do not kill him. At least not yet.
Okay, so Pug,
Yeah.
as you walk in the door
Restrain
and you
him.
see this dwarf, nosebleed streaming down his front, he looks over in your direction. Guys went in through the door. What are you doing? Blowback, Pug, where are you going?
Pug, take him. Oh, you'll kill
All
him,
right.
though. Damn it.
Is there anyone else in the room? Just a quick look. Anyone else around?
Make a perception check.
Is that
Am I
just
making
perception
one
plus
too?
intuition?
Yep.
I'm just like holding an action here, obviously.
That
just-
would be
case
a
anything happens.
glitch. As you're going through the door, you manage to spot that there is no one in there, but you trip over a pizza box that goes from under you, and you go, what? Boom! Which for a
Pizza.
350-kilo troll, a couple of floorboards do creak.
Wow.
Splatcat, you met. Why did it say that in Roll20? Blowback, you see no one's in there other than the dwarf.
Okay.
Okay.
Pug, you want to restrain him, I guess? I don't know if you can grapple him without killing him like you did that guy in the
You
stairs.
can do a cool. By the way, if you do physical damage with your punches, you can do a cooled shot to do stun damage.
Do we want to knock him out, or we just want to...
As Blowback's moving in, I'm going to push another message saying, he's afraid of you. Point the gun, tell him not to move, tie him up.
He gets out of his chair. What are you doing?
I point the gun at him, tell him not to move.
I'm gonna
Make an
get the hell
intimidation
back
check
up.
with +4.
So that's charisma plus the +4, I guess.
Yeah, I'll let you default without the minus. Yeah.
Oh, damn. He's like, no,
He
no.
tries to jump out the window. He runs to the window, smashes it with his elbow. Your turn. What are you doing?
Pug, take him!
I need to get back up. I need to get up and I can charge after him, but I don't think I can tackle him in the same turn.
You've got many actions because of wide reflexes, which are now turned back on. So yes, you can do a lot.
Okay then. By all means, tackle this fucker to the floor.
Okay,
Grapple.
you
Make
go
sure-
for a
make it stun,
grapple.
though.
Can he call the action on a stun, not a kill?
A grapple does not do damage.
Oh,
And he
thank
said he
Christ.
wanted to tackle him, which is a
Okay.
grapple. So, Pug, make a melee attack, which is unarmed plus agility. You got 4, I got 1, and a glitch. Now, because of his relatively crappy physical abilities, I will just say from now on, I'm going to base my actions off of buying hits. You've grappled him, you then knock him to the floor, and you put him in a chokehold.
Okay.
Good times.
What do you want to do?
So are we
I'd
gonna
say
do this-
choke him out and we'll just carry him out of here so we don't have to worry about him squeaking away when if anything happens.
I'm telling Gru to tell the cyberdeck to format and then reboot. I want that turned off for a while.
Okay.
Just formatting the boot code.
Will that get rid of the stuff we need for the run though?
No, it's not going to damage it. It's going to just flash it.
It basically
back to-
reformats the boot section of the drive. There's not much information on the boot section of the drive other than the basic information of how to boot a cyberdeck.
All of the
so yeah.
data's still there. The Windows is just
Yeah, you're just resetting the BIOS then. Okay.
Well, yeah.
So can I just put this fucker to sleep? Just
Yep.
choke him out a bit?
Effectively,
Okay,
you do
let's do
stun
that.
damage every round equal to your strength, and yeah, he goes to sleep quite quickly.
Okay, as
Good.
that's all going on, once it looks like it's all sorted, I am desummoning Gru. I'm telling Gru, go back to the resonance. Your work here is done. You are fed, my pet. And then I wake up from
Yes,
hot sim.
master.
So
Gru doesn't.
are we going to take his eyes here, or are we going to do that later?
We'll do it in the van. Let's get him back to the van. We'll we'll
Okay,
do the
so bear
operation
in mind,
there.
as you grab him out of his apartment and you start dragging him on the stairs into the van, you get to the van, about 9 minutes have expired. What are you going to do now? You're going to drive, you're going to do the thing.
On our way back down, I pat the kids on the head and wire them their 100 new yen each.
Oh, thanks, mister. You weren't ever here. I didn't see you at all. It was some,
That's
like,
right.
tall, black troll.
They were elves. It was
They were elves. They were definitely
Elves.
elves. They were black elves, and they had Russian accents. Yeah,
No, they had
that
Irish accents.
they had
Yeah.
Irish accents. They were black elves with Irish accents. Yeah, totally saw them, Mister. One of them with a baseball cap.
You want to go, kids? You want to make another 100 new yen? You want to go downstairs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, so run down to the bottom floor
Okay.
and look out the front door. And if you see any cops or anybody in suits, come back and tell us, okay? That's another
Aye.
100 each.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. And they run downstairs. What are you doing?
Going down to the second floor and waiting for him to come back.
I'm moving with the rest.
They come back up and they go, all right, there's no one down here.
All right, and so I wire them their money. They get another 100 apiece.
Okay.
First floor, back to the van.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
It's just no bank.
you get to the
These guys
van.
will make more bank than us.
And where do we want to take this guy? We just want to take him out in a field somewhere and do this? We don't
As
have
you're
the Faraday
discussing
cage
this,
or
as
anything,
you're
so...
dumping him into the van, you notice, I would like you to make a perception check, everybody.
Oh, I don't like this.
1 for Pug, 2 for Blow.
You're right, E. You sound like you're having a bit of a hard time breathing, dude.
I just really need to go to the toilet.
Oh.
I know
That's
that's
what I
want.
want
Free
before
break.
the-
Yeah.
That is what I was
Should've
like
went
before
we left.
before the break. I was desperate for like half an hour.
So what do we notice?
No, we took it back, Grim. I asked about it. To answer chat, we
Everyone.
picked up the grenade after.
Everyone notices sirens coming around the corner.
Let's go!
As you hit 10
Other-
minutes, you
Let's
jump
go
into
the other
van.
direction from the sirens.
Yeah, we jump in the van and we take off. I'm going to try and evade him now.
Okay.
I am riding in the back of the van this time, and while I'm there, I'm rebooting my persona quickly.
Okay. Good idea. Right. In which case, blowback. I will need to make a reaction plus vehicle driving skill. So it's reaction plus ground vehicles.
Woo!
Oh, that's a glitch. 2 hits
That's
and
a
a
glitch.
glitch.
Oh, damn it.
That's not good.
Do you wanna edge that or anything?
I used my edge. I only have 1 point of edge, and I used it when I was hitting the Yakuza up front.
Fair enough.
I thought it would shut him up and kill him. Now I know better.
Oh,
I am using my edge.
Oh.
Okay. They get to the front as you go around a corner, but as you go around the corner a bit too hard, you swing the back out and you hit a parked car. And there's this horrible sound of scraping metal and the van stalls.
It stalls. Okay, what do I have to do to get it back up and running?
Okay, before you do anything, the first thing I do is I tell Bit to stop diagnosing my gun and to start diagnosing the van. I also summon Bite and tell it to use stability on the van.
Stability, what does that do?
It means you can't glitch.
Okay. Blowback. Pseudo, roll for the diagnostics. Or do you want to take the flat +3 that you get from buying the hits?
Yeah, we'll take the flat +3.
Okay.
It's
Blowback.
just to keep things moving fast.
Same again, but +3. As the cops start up their car again and try to chase you. You manage to just about get away as the cops come around the corner and investigate what the hell that was.
Whoop, 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 whoop. We got this.
That was tied.
Last time, actually. He rolled so badly at just the right time. Oh my god.
It's okay, because I rolled badly last turn. It goes both ways.
For reference, I rolled as soon as you started firing, and it was a 10-minute response time for this incident. You were pretty much pushing the limit there, which is why it got down to the wire. Yeah, you managed to head away, and I'm going to go to an ever so quick break because I really need to pee.
Okay.
Anyone else that really needs to pee? We're going to have like a 2-minute break.
Chat's saying you have to roll for toilet.
I have to roll for toilet. I'm going to use all my edge, and as a GM...
You've got like 8 billion.
GM cheats.
Yeah,
GM
like
cheats.
I would have
He gets to pee.
So...
I would have laughed if you'd got no successes. I would literally have
Chances
thought you'd
of that,
stay.
like...
I know. Well, if that had happened, fate had pretty much decreed that you
Yeah,
stay.
I mean, fate
if you rolled a
would've.
critical glitch, it would be like, you need to wee yourself.
All right,
Sorry.
go toilet.
pretty
Go
much.
toilet.
Go now.
Okay,
Go now.
we'll go back to a break and we'll be back with you very, very shortly. Don't worry. If anyone else will stay here, you just keep them busy.
I will stay here.
I'll stay here.
Yep. You're staying. I peed during the break.
I know.
Yeah,
You're supposed
like a real
to.
man. Fucking GM.
Are you pissing with your... Oh, you got his headphones on right now.
That is so
Oh.
wrong. That's like taking your bloody webcam to the toilet.
I don't know if it is,
The
though.
webcam?
Right about now, he's probably whipped it out and he's trying to pee. And if we make it awkward enough, maybe he'll get, like, stage fright.
What was that size? Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah,
You can take pills for that, mate.
Stability is a really good ability because when stability, you don't roll any dice. It just flat out means that any glitch is downgraded. So it's a
I didn't even know you
critical
could do
glitch.
that.
Yeah,
That was
well,
amazing.
The machine sprites can.
That was
If I
all day
realized
clutch.
what was coming first, I would have summoned Bite and got him to do it. But if it's a critical glitch, it's treated as a glitch, and if it's a glitch, it's not treated as a glitch anymore. Pretty nice.
How's that public piss syndrome doing, buddy? You all right in there?
I think we should roll for him.
Yeah,
How
how hard
many-
is it to
how
piss
many
while I'm
dice?
talking to you right now?
69.
He has 69 dice. No, I don't believe that. I mean, he's got about
6.9.
Let's be really. We'll say he's got 4 for reaction,
Yeah.
and how much for?
We have to leave this in the VOD, too. We can't
how
edit
much?
this out.
How much is his Wii accuracy? What would you put that at?
His Wii,
I think-
what is it
I
limited
think
by?
he might have like a skill of 2, and would that
A
be
skill of
agility?
2 with his penis. Okay, so
of
that puts him up to
That
6
was a
dice.
weird point to come back into that conversation. That's what
We're
I'm
gonna-
saying.
We're gonna give him a limit of about 4 for his.
Apparently, you only
accuracy.
have 2 skill points in wielding your penis. That's what we learned here from Avic.
You got 4 successes though.
Wow,
Pretty much
that was
got
a
all the
successful
successes he could
piss.
go.
I mean,
Yeah, that was
there we
amazing.
go. I mean, I don't know what I was rolling for, but okay. Okay,
really-
right. So you managed to head off. You've got an unconscious dwarf in the back of your van.
Where do we want to take him?
Do we
Everybody want
have
to confer
anything
about
to
that?
time up? Do we have anything to time up with?
Nope.
I've got a
because
toolkit, so I assume. Oh.
You could maybe makeshift something, but it wouldn't be very good. None of you bought
All right,
cable
hold him down,
ties or
Pug.
anything. By
Okay,
the way,
Pug,
cable ties
hold
are
him
really
down.
cheap and come in bundles of 10.
Pug, hold him down. Caver, the first thing you need to take out is that cyber deck. Everything else can come out last.
I'm not fucking touching him.
I'll do it.
You're touching them, you stupid elf.
I'm going to put it on the grid guide to sort of just like, shit, I don't know what I should do. Should I just put it on the freeway and we just drive in circles around the city while I do this? I don't really know, guys. What do you want me to do? Where do we want to put in? Because I got to do the medical thing in the back to get the eyes and the deck out.
Can we go
I don't care
somewhere
what
and
you do,
stop? Like,
Do it quickly,
Instead of
whatever you're going to do. Use your London knowledge.
Okay,
Figure
so
out a
London
place
knowledge to
that's-
find a quiet spot to park the van where we won't be bothered. I guess.
Sure, make your London knowledge test.
That's 6 and logic. That's
Can we
gonna
say
be...
that while all of this has been going on, while he's unconscious and unable to do anything, I can just buy hits on getting the marks on his cyber eyes and his... Okay, and I just turn them off. Turn off their wireless, cyber eyes and the
wireless, or do you turn them off?
I turn them flat out off, yeah.
That's a good idea if you're extracting them. Yeah.
Okay, so I got 4 hits.
I love it. It's like... Go down
like
batteries!
taking out like a nerve
Live
basically
cyber
on.
eyes.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 hits. You managed to think there is a reasonable service station which is kind of abandoned. There's just basically a big flat, like open and disused lot on the ring road if you want to go out that far.
Okay, we're gonna go there. We're gonna park. We're gonna grid guide out there and park it.
It'll take you
Actually, I'm just
about
gonna drive it.
half an hour there. Is that okay?
Yeah, but while we're driving over there on the grid guide, I'm gonna sweep him for tags because I got my tag eraser.
Okay. Take the tag eraser to him. What do you do to test the tag eraser? I believe it's something like Intuition plus.
I have no idea. I just bought the thing.
I'll
I'm
say
not
make
sure that
it
it even-
Intuition plus 3 for now. That's probably about what it is. I'll have to double check the exact rolls on it later.
And since I've got 30 minutes, can I take longer to do it by
In
steepling
which case,
down
you
the...
may buy hits and just keep doing it for 30 minutes. Yeah, he's well and truly detagged, probably. You're nearly certain he's detagged if you spend that long on him.
Okay. Cool.
By the way, I've also
sure.
hooked up his comlink. What comlink did he have?
He had a rating 5 comlink.
Did we bring those guns and all that gear?
Pun?
Did we bring the guns and all the gear, or did we leave that on the ground?
No one said they dropped it, so people have kept it.
Yeah, can we shut that stuff down and make sure that's not tracking us across the city, too?
I turned all of the comlinks off. I left it to the people picking up the guns, because, you know, I'm not going to hold your bloody hands and teach you how to wipe your ass.
Yeah.
All right, Caver, you need to hand over all those guns and let our dear Technomancer friend make them all a whole lot less tracky.
They're all in the van anyway.
Okay, well, I spend the next couple of minutes cursing Caber, setting all kinds of, like, we're not even talking like human porn now.
Hey, I
this
asked
is
you about
really
it.
filthy
You just
stuff.
ignored me. It's not my fault.
I did not. I told you
You
all what.
did.
Anyway, I'm doing that quickly, and I've shut them all off.
Piece of shit.
Basically, all you can do for the moment is effectively turn them off and then drain the last of their battery so that they can't just send a ping, which they do by passive. It means as soon as they're turned on, they will again be contacting home, so you'd have to do that complicated
shut them all
armor
down.
test. Okay.
Shut them
In
all
which
down.
case, you're fine. Half an hour later, you get out to the car park.
All right. And so is he still unconscious? We're probably going to want him to be
is.
unconscious for this. This is really going to hurt.
Bear in mind that
Okay.
surgery generally tends to wake people up from unconsciousness if it's painful enough.
Hug.
Wouldn't that, with a rating 6, though, wouldn't that have enough anesthetics and whatnot to do, like, severe trauma? Like, that's pretty high-tech.
Yeah, I would say a rating 6 med kit, provided it's plugged into someone, could keep them under during surgery. Because a rating 6 med kit specifically says that it does have surgical tools and limited equipment.
To be fair, if you try
Sounds
to
like a
just
plan.
perform random surgery on somebody, you might actually kill them from shock. If
All
they
right,
get
so
close
let's
enough
hook
to
him
death.
up to the 6.
Okay.
So we'll get him done all right, and I'm going to start with the cyber eyes. So what test do I need to make
So
to get
No,
the cyber
no.
eyes out?
Start with the cyber deck.
Oh, the cyber
Take
deck?
the deck out.
So as soon as you plug the medkit into him, effectively it wants a blood supply, so you plug it into one of the arm veins. It wants a couple of pads on his chest, and it wants to be able to put something next to his head so it can scan him. And this female voice emerges from the medkit and says, "Please select what you would like to do. We detect trauma, cranial, suspected, dump shock. Would you like to treat this or one other malady?"
What's the one other malady? Define.
Other malady. Possible asphyxiation from being choked. Or select other operation to do.
I push to Blowback's comlink. Foreign bodies in the eyes, in the skull, and in the... I forget the actual word for that.
It's just below the scapula on the inside.
Remove foreign bodies.
Okay, so I'm going to tell it to put him under general anesthetic for surgery, and then we're going to
General
remove...
Surgery anesthetic selected. Please insert airway. You insert the little airway.
Okay, and then now that we've got that done,
Okay, but
as he said,
slap
I'm
him on
going
the
to
side.
instruct
Let's
it
get
to
out and
remove
start
foreign
cleaning the
bodies,
blood
so
off.
essentially cyberware removal.
Cyberware removal. Foreign body selected. 2 items. 3 items. 4 items. 5. It just starts counting up.
Can I get a list?
Stack.
Like it's just
Overflow.
still counting.
Stack. Overflow.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so search for
Counting.
Cyberrise and the Cyber deck.
Cyberware. List. Array. 1. Cyber deck. Location. Inside
So we start
scapula.
at 0.
2. Yeah, but for the human readable, this one starts at 1. Item 2. Cyberrise. Item 3. Unidentified foreign body. Bloodstream. Item 2. Item 4. Identified foreign body. Cranial cavity. Item 5. Unidentified foreign body. Muscular. Left arm. Unidentified foreign body. 6. And it starts counting up and literally just starts reeling off unidentified foreign body, every single part of the skeleton. Mostly to do with the brain and the cerebral cortex.
While all of this
Okay,
is
well,
going
it's
on and Blowback is wrestling with his med pack, did Blowback have Pseudo would have quickly checked any kind of rags or anything in the back of his van, like grease rags or whatever?
Yeah, it's got a tool
there's
shop
definitely
in there,
bandages
so-
if you want those in the medkit.
I'm looking for things to wipe the blood off the outside of the van.
Do you have a toolkit? You do have a toolkit, don't you? There are definitely
Yeah,
some rags, mostly used for polishing. But yeah, you can use blood.
That's fine.
I've got an in-van shop, so yeah.
Whatever.
You can replace the rag, it's fine.
While I'm quickly doing that, I quickly check the weather forecast for this area of London on the Matrix.
Okay, it quickly says that it's predicted rain. 2 hours
Fantastic,
time.
good old reliable Britain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with the cyber deck, so I'm gonna instruct the med kit to help me out as I remove the cyber deck.
Sure. Okay, you'll need to make a medicine plus logic. Medkits aren't designed for surgery, but this one does have surgical tools and does have some limited ability to help you with minor surgery. I will say that it adds half its rating, so you can get +3 for that.
Okay.
And it will also increase your limit by +1. What's your mental limit?
My mental limit is 5.
So that's 6 of the +1. 6 hits. It takes you quite a while to get it out, but you do actually eventually manage to get out with no ill effects, as far as you can tell. The guy's still under the cyber deck, which you managed to just about pull out of his scap. You notice that there's a bit of a chunk of bone that's been taken out to get it in properly, but there's no ill effects. You managed to get it out properly. You have to cut a few wires here and there and leave the ends of those in, but it seems you've
Once
got it
that's
out.
been removed, while I'm still out there, hopefully with Kaber, because I told him to help, basically trying to rub the worst of the blood away, or at least make it look less.
The fingers and the skin chunks.
I push a message to
Well,
Blowback.
that's all in the front seat still.
Once he's managed to pull the cyber deck out, have you got any anti-static bags? Anything like that in your toolbox? That's fine. Just put it very carefully in your toolbox and close the lid. It's a steel toolbox.
Okay, so I'm gonna forward everybody that I got the cyber deck out, or at least tell them if they're in the van. If they're outside, I'm gonna do it with my little communicator. We'll put it in the toolbox to try and keep it safe, because I don't have anti-static bags. I don't think that would be like in a machine
fine.
shop or whatever.
As long as you've got a metal toolbox, just put it inside. It'll do
Yeah,
something.
just so it doesn't ground out
It's
or
off
whatever.
right now because I turned it off, but
And then I'm gonna instruct the first aid kit that we're gonna go after the Cybereyes now and take those out.
Cybereyes. Note, Cybereyes are plugged into the main nervous system. This will be a difficult task. Please consult your local medical... And it then starts listing off the problems to do with taking out something linked into a main nervous system. And you just cancel that. You can go ahead. Same as before.
What do we need the eyes for, guys? What were the eyes for? Were those for the Vori?
yes.
Yeah, they want.
Yeah.
So we
By
needed
the
the
way,
eyes and the deck.
when this was listing the bajillions of foreign bodies in him,
Sure.
given that I've been given access to everything, would I have been able to grab that array list?
Yes, it did go into a Stack Overflow at the end of the array list, so you managed to get most of it.
Okay. I'll just be keeping that then.
Okay.
All right, guys, fair warning. This might kill him. I'm getting a lot of readings from the medkit that I don't like right now. The Vori said they didn't give a shit if he was dead or alive afterwards, but we may end up ponying up the 2K to the Irish if we can't take him back. So, is everybody okay with that before I do this?
Sure.
Yep.
There's a
Okay.
notable
Alright.
silence for Pseudo. After a few seconds, he says, it's got to be done, but just do your best. And before you
Alright.
do anything, I'm having Bit stop diagnosticking the van, and it's going to start diagnosticing the medkit instead.
Okay, now because
We'll
medkit
go
is
with
only
the
helping
sense
so
against.
much, I'll say that half of the diagnostics help because it's half the medkit. Medkit can't do full surgery, but it does the surgical tools because it's a pretty badass medkit. So I'll say that half rounded up. So half of the 3 is 2, rounded up. So yeah, 2. So you get +2 to this test, and +1 limit because diagnostics, which applies because it's got a really good.
I'll actually also have bite do stability on it just in case. I don't want you to
Okay, it can't glitch. Sure.
It can glitch
As
if
you,
you critical,
as you begin
it'll be
to
a
go
normal
for the
glitch.
Cybereyes in terms of surgery, you do notice, make a perception check blowback. And you get +3 for this.
Just to let
Oh, I
you
get
know,
+3.
EE,
Here,
Yeah,
let me
roll
do
next
some
to
more.
3.
Stability.
It's a 2 +3.
stability downgrades any glitch. So if it's critical,
Okay, so
it
crit is
becomes
a glitch, and a glitch is no.
and a glitch.
3 hits. You just about notice, as you start going in for the eyes, you notice that the bruising and the nosebleed not only has stopped, but the bruising around the nose and around some of the ocular sockets, and especially around the cyber deck, has started to disappear already.
Can I make some kind of medical check to see if I recognize what that might be? Because out of character, I have no idea.
Sure.
Would it be a medicine check then? Just the logic and
Would
medicine?
you be communicating this?
Yeah,
with the rest of the group?
I probably should. So while I'm working, I'm just
I'm
going to
going to
narrate.
stop working
I'm gonna talk to
on
myself.
cleaning the van. I'm going to leave Caber to it. And I'm going to start actually looking at the list of foreign bodies.
Okay.
There was a bajillion things listed. There shouldn't have been.
Does he have nanites or some shit going on? Either way, here, medical to
so-
identify what's going on.
4 successes. That's pretty good. Suda, I'll also require you to make... You can make a biotech roll if you want, but you don't have biotech. So would you like to make a... I would call it a computer plus logic roll, but it would be at -2.
That's fine. Three successes.
Suda, you look at it and you're not sure. There's a lot of information there that just the medkit can't read. Like the sensors I just say they're not fine enough grain. They detect a foreign body, but they can't really read it. Blowback, from your knowledge of biotechnology and your knowledge of medicine, you get the feeling that this could be some sort of cyberware or bioware that there are multiple of and very, very small. But also to do with the information you get, they travel around and seem to be dispersed throughout all the tissue. Off the top of your head, you're maybe not certain. It's possible it could be something like a very intrusive geneware, or it could be nanites. But you're not sure.
Okay. So while that's happening, I'm going to take that as a good sign, because if you got that installed, maybe lower our chances that he's going to die while I'm doing this. A little bit of a Wolverine effect there. And I'm going to start working on the Cybereyes. I mean, I really don't have much more information to go off. I do find it curious, and I do think it is interesting, but we got a job to do. So what was my role to take the Cybereyes out? It was going to be logic, first aid, plus what?
Logic
I had
first
3
aid,
from the medkit.
plus 3 from the medkit, plus 2 from the diagnostics.
Okay,
And
so I've
your
got-
limit is increased by plus 1 from the medikit, plus 1 from the so yeah, 3. Okay, so 3 is what you needed to get the eyes out. They're very tied into the nervous system, and you have a very poor... like, you're doing this in the back of a van. Luckily, the van is stationary. But you managed to get the eyes out. And as you get the eyes out, you also inflict 8 points of physical damage. As you unanticipatedly end up ripping sort of part of the ocular nerve out from behind the eye socket, which you didn't fully sever. One of the couple of the trailing wires behind the Cybereyes are basically in a spiral formation behind the ocular nerves, and you didn't fully chop them out. And a couple of them are left sort of plugged into the back that you can't really get to, and you can't really get to without a proper, like, full-on medical theater with like an electron microscope. And by pulling it out, you rip part of that nerve out of the base of the skull.
Okay, can I apply first aid now to try and negate some of that damage?
That's if he doesn't die first. So he is going
Don't
to
die,
resist with
dude.
his body, no armor. He just about manages to cling on, however, he is now bleeding out officially. But he is still bleeding out. You notice that the blood supply from the nerve starts leaking down his face, and that while the bruising starts to appear quite rapidly, it stops. But he's still bleeding out.
Okay.
What the hell did you do to this guy?
So I'm gonna
Can I
try
go
and
and
I'm
heal
gonna
him?
give him. I'm gonna do a first aid check to try and get rid of some of that trauma damage since he's still up and running. Do I get to use the full medkit value for that one right there?
Yes, you do.
Since
Because
this
it's
is
a first
actually
aid roll.
first aid.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got 14
Remember the
going in right
bonus
there.
dice
You
as well.
diagnostic, so it's 17. Hopefully we get him healed up. Okay.
4 hits. You hear full damage. That's enough. Sorry, that's enough for stabilization. And stabilization is a 3, I think. So you do stabilize him. Effectively, you just apply some of the electrodes to the ocular sockets, and instead of doing the defib type thing, they just heat up the electrode pads to the point that they cauterize some of the wounds there. They also then sever a couple of the nerves and require you to then pad the ocular sockets, which is a very weird feeling as you basically not only just go into the spherical cavity around the ocular socket, but notice that there is effectively a torn section at the back through a slight hole, and you have to then sort of pad that out and then just carefully snip the nerves so that they are no longer frayed ends that are just sending feedback directly into the brainstem. And you manage to do
Alright,
this,
gents.
and the guy is not bleeding out. He's in a very bad way. He may have slight brain damage.
That might work out in our benefit though if we give him to the Irish. That might work out real well. But either way, I'm gonna tell everybody. I'll be like, all right, guys, it's
Now,
done.
bear in mind, there is blood all over the back of your van.
Yeah.
Surgery
What about the outside?
is not
Me
clean.
and Caber have been
Oh, the
working
outside is
on
fine.
cleaning. Okay, cool.
The door's closed, and it's a pretty good seal as well.
Okay.
So guys, the job's
inside
done.
Coming back inside the van, before we give him to the Irish, before we give him to anyone, or just let him walk, why is he wanted by people? Why was he being protected by the Yakuza? Why did the Red Vori give him all of this stuff? Why are there a bajillion reasons why he should be dead but isn't right now that are apparently something the medkit can't understand? I think we should take him somewhere
Got a place in mind?
and interrogate him before we give him to anyone else. We can do all the
You're
rest
taking him
later.
to my place.
Caber, can you go ahead and get the Vori on the line for us, please? And once you've got the Vori on the line, express to them that the Irish want this guy. Let's make sure that we're not screwing over our first contact to keep ourselves from getting screwed over by our second contact. Because if the Vori don't want this guy in the hands of the Irish, we don't want to hand him over at any cost because the Vori will take us out. I just want to make sure we're not screwing stuff up here. The job's done, but I'm a machinist, not a medic, so did the best I could. We've got the stuff we need to get paid. But what do we do with him now? And I figure we should probably check in with the Russians.
Bluebug gets a message from Zuda on his comment saying, good point.
Do we want to... well, Pseudo said about interrogating him. Do we want to interrogate him before we let anyone know that we actually have him?
I push a message out saying, well, Pug doesn't want us using his safe house, and since that's the only safe house we have between us, the discussion is over.
Yep, that's it.
Alright.
So let's just weigh our options as they stand.
I'm not sure why, since the van is hotter than the guy is, but... In fact, at this point, Pug is hotter than this guy is. And at that point, the video feed with Pug's beautiful face is just pushed to Pug's comlink.
It's a little bit of pixelated face, but you can see the resemblance.
It's still beautiful.
It's if you swing that way.
Dude. He literally stabbed someone with a sword right through. And before that, he needs someone in the crotch so hard, the guy's pelvis snapped. He's beautiful.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
He's whatever he wants to be.
He's a machine. He's a definite machine.
This is true.
All right, so are we going to hit up the Vori then? How do you feel about that, Caber?
Yeah, I'll phone him up.
Okay.
Hello there, Caber. How you doing? I'm sorry Mikhail can't come to the phone right now. It is me, your lovely friend Leonid. Have you managed to find our dwarf and get our chrome back yet?
Yeah, I've got your little buddy and I've got the crone.
You've got the little buddy. Is he alive?
It's marginally. I'm not sure how much longer he'll last though, but
If you want to bring him back to us, I'm sure we can at least begin to interrogate him. I understand the Yakuza for some reason want him, which makes him of all the more interest to us. We'll be willing to pay you an extra 509 per head.
well, I'm just going to ask him to wait a second and say to the guys.
I will let you talk to your comrades in arms.
Okay.
Don't worry, Caber. I trust you to do whatever is needed. And remember, you are the one who scratched my back.
Hey,
Yeah,
is that
well
is that
done.
Mr. Coleslaw?
Yeah. Yes, it was
Is this a conference call? Are you actually in the...
It is not a conference call.
Okay.
No. The
Never.
troll is not allowed to talk.
Never turn on the conference call function. It's a bad idea.
No.
Yeah,
It
okay,
doesn't exist.
sure.
We deleted it.
Pug, if you let us use your safe house, I can turn the conference call on for you.
So yeah, we're getting 500 new yen per head off of the Vori if we just take this guy back. The Irish were going to give us only 1,000 new yen, so like we're doubling our money if we just take it to the Vori, which I would
We still
prefer
got to pay
anyway.
the Irish though.
Well, I suppose we can cross that.
I'm
when it
more
comes to it.
interested in the information he's worth. There are a lot of powerful people who want him, and pay data is pay data.
Did my med
Wait,
kit keep a log of all the things that were inside of him,
Sure.
or is that like temp memory? Okay.
Yeah, no, it'll store that.
He's wanted by a lot of people, and right now he's got no eyes, no cyber deck. He's a possibly brain-damaged dwarf with nowhere to run. The only thing he's going to be able to do is
It
hear
depends
and
what
talk.
you can recognize about that information and who you can sell it to. Effectively,
Yeah.
at this stage, who do you think you
If
can hit
nothing
up?
else, we'll know what we've gotten ourselves involved in. Right now, we're between the Red Vori, the Irish, and the Yakuza. The Yakuza are pissed. They're going to start off pissed. It might be worth us knowing what we've just done and what we've got on our hands, because an awful lot of people are willing to pay us for him for some reason. I strongly suspect they might pay us more if we knew what he was worth.
It's true.
Now they know that we have him, though. We've already given up that bargaining shit. Before we could say we hadn't done the job yet, but now they know we're riding around with a van with him. Weakens our bargaining position.
No, they know that we've got him. We never said we'd sell him to him, and from what
I never said that he
Kate
was going to
said,
survive either.
Caber,
all we need
I would
is a
suggest
day
that
or
we...
two.
Yeah, I'd suggest that we imply that we know he's worth something because everybody wants him. I'm not trying to screw up our relationship with the Vori. I'll take the chrome over there tonight and deliver the chrome as we promised. But as for the guy, I definitely think I agree with Pseudo. If we got a better bargaining chip here, we should make some more money.
But do you really want to try and play the Vori like that?
Either way, we're playing somebody.
Why exactly have
already-
we got a face? There's not going to be a face.
Blowback. Roll your Shadowrun in knowledge thing. No, you don't. Who is Shadowrun knowledge? Pseudo.
Yeah.
Roll your rumors, and it can actually be rumors.
Okay.
So you get your specialism. By the way, are you okay with running over like a few minutes because you're literally selling the guy off now?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm good.
Okay. Is that no one's got a problem with that?
No, I'm fine with that.
Because if we get to any situation that requires massive time, we'll just go to next week. But so you get 3 successes. Pseudo, you have Blowback. Did you tell Pseudo everything you worked out?
With regards to what?
The whole what he could have inside him, gene tech, etc., nanotech.
Oh, yeah. I said
Okay.
at the beginning of the surgery that I was narrating and talking out loud
Sure.
while I was working.
In which
so-
case, Pseudo, you have heard rumors that you've heard very strong rumors. So basically, nanites have been going wrong in the last few years. In fact, for about 3 years, nanites have been going wrong, and this leads to a lot of mega corporations withdrawing their nanotech products. A lot of nanotech products, even so basic as nanoforges, which is basically like a box which has nanites in it, which you dump in raw resources and say, build me an assault rifle, and it builds you an assault rifle, and you do the same over and over again. Great pieces of tech. Ship them out anywhere, get assault rifles. But they've been withdrawing those. They've been taking them off the market, and they've been pulling them back. A number of pieces of cyberware have turned up on the market for really cheap through grey sources which require nanotech, which suggests that the AAA corporations are trying to quickly get rid of any stock that they have. Any of this new stock they brought out does not really involve nanotech, or at least if it does, very limited extent, very dumb nanobots. And you have heard a few rumors that there was some sort of experimentation with nanobots, particularly over in Boston. Boston, in America, is now off the grid. It has been shut down. The entire place is some sort of exclusion zone. People can't get in, people can't get out. Nanotech, something weird is going down with nanotech. You're not sure. London nanotech places that used to do cyber technology, have stopped actually accepting nanotech. Will not take any orders from anyone that has nanotech inside them, and will not provide nanotech to anyone.
Okay.
Beyond that, You're not too sure. There have been a few rumors through the shadows about people going really weird and stuff, but you're not really sure what's going on. You don't have a direct contact there, and it's very sort of fourth-hand rumors you're getting. You get some reports that nanotech's turning people into, like, superpowered superhumans, like people out of comic book type things. You take it with a grain of salt. You also take stuff like that nanotech people are beginning to become like the new lizard men of the humanity, that they're going to take over the human race. You take that with a grain of salt. You're not sure where the extremes lie, but the stuff that I've told you previously, you take as probably has very strong grains of truth in it.
Okay. Guys, whatever is going on here, there is something bigger than 500 new yen, bigger than 1,000 new yen. I'm not sure how much info we'll get from this. I'm not even sure if there's going to be anything left of his brain by the time he wakes up, but we could be sitting on something that will lead us to something better, if nothing else. I think this is way too valuable to just throw away.
Okay, so Caber, I'm in agreement. When I was in there digging around, there was definitely some weird shit going on. I'm not a doctor, but there was definitely something odd going on. The med kit didn't like it at all.
I'm not a doctor, but I just performed surgery on this guy, and he's fine.
Yeah. Never discount luck. The human body is just a machine like anything else. But, like, do we have any medical contacts? Anybody with a hospital that could help us analyze this guy better? Anybody that's they would take a bribe or anything like that?
I mean, we've got...
Maybe get some more information, but as for solid medical contacts, no.
I mean, we've got Lydia, but it's like... We've all been there. She's not it's not exactly a fucking operating theatre she runs.
Do you have any
I got a
contacts
veterinarian
who might be, like, more knowledgeable? Like, people who with corporate ties or anything?
I got that veterinarian, that chop vet. That's all I got.
I've got an information broker with a reasonable amount of connections. But
Pinger, let's pay some money. Let's find out.
That's corporate affiliated, Puck?
Not exactly.
Look, whatever we need to do, we should probably do it cautiously. I don't think we should be doing any of it right now in the back of wherever we are in a van full of blood and a partially chopped up dwarf. Pug, we need to go somewhere. If we can get to your place, we can just tie him up. We can, I don't know. I'm fairly certain I can keep, if he's got anything else in him, I'll be able to shut it down.
Absolutely certain there is nothing on this guy that can be tracked right now.
I'm going to summon... I'm going to summon Grok.
Just, I'll be honest with you, this guy sounds too hot to handle.
Grok. Matrix, I want Grok to look for anything going on with him. Anything that is sending any
make
footprint
a
on the
matrix perception check.
Right, with Grok, that would be... let me just double check. Matrix perception is computers and into data processing. So for Grok... Five successes.
Grok reports that he notices a node of some kind, some sort of thing that the cyberdeck was actually attached to. The cyberdeck was not actually the center of this guy's pan. There is a device inside him that Grok is not sure about. Grok cannot get much information about it without looking closer, but there is another device there.
Is it wireless? Does Grok know if it's...
There is a very faint wireless signature. Grok got 5 hits, and that's why he managed to detect it. There was a very faint wireless signature there.
There's something deeper in. I don't know what it is. Neither does the sprite, and it should know. So whatever it is, it's deep. It's broadcasting, but the signal is so faint, this van is going to be blocking it.
Yeah, effectively, for all purposes, it's like a point 0.5 or less wireless device. Like, actually really less, like 0.1. You are literally right next to him, which is why when sending the sprite over, the sprite can just about detect it. Because you are a very strong resonance technomancer.
I can run a jammer. Nothing that this body is broadcasting will go anywhere.
Okay, on your head be it.
Okay, I get out
Caber?
the spare comlinks I've got, which are... let me get you the number. It doesn't really matter since all comlinks are the same. Transis Arthur. And I switch, because I'm the owner, I switch into jammer mode. There's now a 2-point noise within 10 meters of the comlink.
In which case, everyone here with a comlink takes 2 points of noise, and Grok suddenly reports that he can no longer see anything regarding that node inside that body.
It's gone. It's jammed. And I dismiss Grok.
All right, Caber, you want to hit the Vori back and tell him he died? We weren't able to stabilize him, so that we can have a little bit more breathing space and they aren't expecting him to come back. We'll tell the Irish the same thing. We'll give him the 2,000. And then we'll see what we can do with this guy. There's something big here, though. Something definitely big.
So we're just going
I
for
hold
he
my hand
died.
up for a second. Don't... With the Vori, don't tell him that he died. We've already said that he's alive. Say that it's... I don't know. The Irish we can ignore for now. We'll just pay the 2K. But the Vori... I don't think lying to them is the right way to do it. Just bluff it. Just show up with the Chrome. Don't mention it. If they ask.
At which point,
say
Caber, you get a call back through your comlink. It's Leonid. Do you answer?
It's who?
Yes,
Leonid
I'm gonna
Koslov.
answer it. I'm gonna answer it.
Darla, Caber, I've been waiting a few minutes and I've not got a call back. This disheartens me so. You have hurt my feelings by not answering. I am very, very hurt. My feelings are very fragile, as you can know, after losing both of my arms. Have you
Sorry,
got
we're
any
just
more
having-
information?
Yeah, we're just having some difficulties right now with this guy. We're still trying to keep him alive.
That will be better. I'm willing to pay you money for him.
Yep. I'll tell you what, man. We've got a lot of heat coming down on us just now. Like, I'm gonna have to
Well, you deal
delay
with
the
that
drop
heat and
for a
then I'll
while.
get back to you. You keep that guy alive and there will be money in it for you, yes?
Yeah, no problem.
I send a message to before he hangs up the call, just saying that we can get the Chrome to him, but
Yep.
we're gonna have to go to ground for a few days, and the rest will follow if he survives.
I'm just going to basically follow that on. Like, yeah, we can definitely get the Chrome to you
You
because
get
we
the
can
call
just
to me,
send
you
one
get the
guy.
body at the same time of this guy alive, and there is bonus money. Do
Well, I
not-
mean, dragging a body across London's a lot harder than dragging some Chrome across.
Nah, I've seen your van. I'm sure you can fit many bodies in the back of that. I'm sure you have before. Don't joke about it. If you bring me the cyberware, I'm sure you can bring me the body at the same time.
Hey, is that coleslaw again?
Right, no worries, man. Now hang up.
Okay.
Well, we have an unspecified amount of time to disperse heat and do research, so sounds like we're doing some extracurricular legwork.
A few days, we'll be fine.
And on
I've
which
gone to
note,
ground for longer than that.
I think that's a good place to end tonight.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So, today's session, you have hit up the Irish and asked if you can do operation in their area against the Yakuza, who they have an agreement with. You've then fired an assault cannon off in a residential area, splattered a lot of
3
Yakuza.
times.
And please note, there is a post-credit sequence here. You've splattered a lot of Yakuza, just about got away before the cops show up, with a dwarf, with something weird going on in his system. Managed to just about retrieve the cyberware, although nearly killed him in the process of getting his eyes out. And then got a call from your Vori contact, also offering you money from the body. Now, the post-credit sequence is as thus. A few minutes later, after patching up the body and dealing with your stuff, Caber, you get a phone call from Jake.
Okay.
You're a very popular person at the moment. Hey, Caber, what have you got? You got a little bit of noise over in the West End.
Yeah, I heard that something explosive went on.
Yeah, was that you and your friends?
It may have been, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know anymore, mate, because got some bad news.
What's that?
Well, it seems you knocked around a couple of Yakuza guys, and the Yakuza guys, they went down fairly easy. But you also managed to take out someone they care about.
Who is that?
Oh, and you know, I don't speak Japanese, mate, but one of their Shatigasira, I don't know, mate. I don't know what the translation is, something like second lieutenant or something. One of these guys with a katana who runs around, like, apparently he was an adept, and he was one of the favored disciples of whoever their, like, leading sword master is.
Yeah,
One
he got
you
fucked
got,
up.
like, he ended up being dead there. Looks like he'd been pretty pummeled pretty hard and
Yeah.
splattered pretty much over the walls, mate. And he's missing his sword, and I've got to say, the Yakuza are pretty pissed. I really hope you didn't leave any traces or anything, you know, you didn't leave any blood or anything at the scene. Because those guys are going to be, I mean, you know the Yakuza are the blood debts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just giving you a heads up, because, you know, I like you. But this is pretty bad for business.
Shit's gonna hit the fan.
Aye, mate. I mean, let alone the fact that, you know, Lone Star showed up to see what the fuck had gone on, and, mate, you'd been firing off an anti-tank weapon in there.
Hey, I can't control what the fuck goes on, man.
Well, mate, you want to try from now on, because, I mean, the heat's pretty high.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lay low for a while.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. I mean, if you need anything fenced or anything, send it my way, but try and keep it on the down low for now.
What about a fancy sword, mate?
Oh, you're fucking kidding, eh?
Funny guy.
I mean, if you want that, return to them. I mean, I like you. I can see what I can do, but I ain't having any money to do with that. Hey, it's more than my
I'm
life's
just
worth.
messing. I'm just
We're
messing.
gonna put it on the
mate.
fucking front of the
I
van,
wouldn't put that
man.
on you. I wouldn't put that on
It's
you.
a new hood ornament.
Mount that shit
Right.
on the fucking bumper.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it. My corporate contacts are going wild. Something about wanting to capture people and stuff, and something about some sort of shit going down. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I'll leave you to it, mate.
Yeah, cheers, man. I'll probably
Alright.
need some of your help in the next couple of days.
Yeah, well, just remember, I'm in it for the money. I like you, but I'm not going to put my life on the line for you if you're going to bring that much firepower to come down top of my head. I
Of
ain't
course,
got
mate.
nothing to do with those Yakuza guys when they get all fighty.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Best of luck, and just be careful. And if you do die, just please remember to delete my comm code before you go down.
I will do it.
Alright, thanks. Have a good one.
Catch you later.
And that's where we end our story for tonight. You
I
managed to
really
take
thought
out...
his name was Vladimir.
Ah, that was his fake sin name. His real name is Leonid Koslov.
Gotcha.
It's attached to the comm code he's calling you from, don't worry. You will quite easily find out, by the way, in the intervening time, that you killed someone called Ren Okamoto. A junior lieutenant for the Yakuza. Pug stole his sword.
It's a
Knew
nice
that was going
sword.
to be a bad
They
fucking
employ
idea.
scrubs.
Leave good stuff like that behind.
Not our fault they employ scrubs.
Yep.
Oh,
Get good, Yakuza.
That guy's an idiot. He tried to fight a sword fight when I had a machine gun. Who the fuck is this guy?
I mean, hey, he's the one guy who can ninja Pug, so... But yeah, you did take him out in one burst. Anyone watching, by the way, you may be used to D&D combat. This shows you this person was pretty tough. One burst from machine gun, if you're good, can take someone out. Shadowrun is a very lethal combat system. The PCs may die. It's probable, not possible. Hopefully they won't die in droves all at once, because then that gets
There's
awkward.
not a lot of happy
Probable.
endings in Shadowrun.
No.
I think it's guaranteed more than probable.
I mean, it's guaranteed. It
bloody
depends how
face like
long you
this,
run
yes.
for.
Everybody in town wants to murder us right now. We have problems.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know we're 20 minutes over time. If you need to run away, please do. But since it was an interesting session, I would like to get your feedback on what you felt about that run.
Our player feedback or
enjoyed
chat
that a lot.
feedback?
I mean, your in-character / player feedback.
That was a great campaign.
I enjoyed it a
you,
lot.
Yeah, you come in thinking it's going to be a straight like shoot and scoot, and then we start uncovering things. And there's enough little threads right now that we can follow, and there's enough heat coming down on us to where it's made it a pretty intense experience. I'm excited about the next session.
I'm just
What
happy
the
I
hell
got to
is-
have at least 5 minutes sleep. It was great.
What the hell is air thing?
What?
The air thing
Air
is just
thing.
an air
thing.
elemental. It's-
yeah. Cable would know. It's an air elemental.
Yeah, you guys can't astrally perceive.
Particularly,
you wouldn't, like,
because it doesn't really matter, I'll tell you.
elementals.
The Shinto religion, which is also their magical system for any Japanese-based magic. Air is the combat element. So air elementals tend to be their combat element.
So
And-
some gas
they
just
summon
showed
that
up
guy?
and almost killed someone.
Yeah.
I didn't have any chance to like actually
Embodied-
perceive or anything to let you know. But, yeah.
Sentient air, basically. If you can imagine that.
How did
Air
you
could be
bullet
sentient.
air though?
Okay, so the mechanics.
No, I'm awesome. You leave it at that.
I mean, yeah, you are pretty awesome. That was for a 6 damage pistol. The way air elementals work, elementals in general, is their force times 2 is their natural immunity. If you do damage of less than or equal to their force times 2, you do no damage because they're made of magic, mate. Luckily, because Suda got so many net hits, he did more damage. In which case, they ignore their force worth of damage, and they get to add their force to their damage resist. But Pseudo got lucky, or good, and added edge, and
He
did a
got
lot of
good
damage.
quick.
And then, additional damage, and the guy... but yeah, spirits are tough, man. Spirits are tough.
Yeah, we were.
Well, yeah, I got
lucky that
scared when
we
I
were
saw him
very
summon
lucky there.
because, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
I
thought we
knew
were-
what it was, and
I thought we were screwed, man. Like,
That was a Force 4 air elemental. Just so you know, for future reference. Force 4
Well, I
is
guess
not-
everyone rolled really well because nothing lived very long there.
That's
Well,
Shadowrun, though. You're the only person
yeah.
who lives long.
You literally took an anti-tank gun to a fight. What do you expect?
The downside...
you were shooting crazy powerful guns. But
Yeah, the
that's
downside
the
for
plot.
Shadowrun is if you take an anti-tank gun for a fight, Lone Star shop and go, what the... Yeah, someone's taking an anti-tank gun around. Like, let's say, like if you shoot someone in the head in London today, the police are going to be pretty mad. You take a Barrett 50 cal around London, everyone's going to stop what they're doing and look for you. So bear in mind that the amount of, like, stuff you're doing does scale to the heat level at which people are going to want you dead. So you were running around with an anti-tank gun. There's a lot of heat headed your way. How high do elementals go? Up to twice the magic of the person casting them. You literally can have Force 12 elementals if you start at character creation. They are completely OP, which is why I'm very glad that we've got no Force 12 magicians here. Because then they'd have to face Force 12 elementals, and then the game would just be a game of run away from the elemental.
elementals.
Yeah. Spirits are very strong.
I quite enjoyed Gru's fight with the Decker.
It was a fun way of teaching the group not fuck around when people are having matrix battles, because if you fuck around
Yeah.
for like 3 seconds, they're gonna have another 4 turns.
Yeah, pretty much.
no, I like that too. I like the fact that our Technomancer finally got to do some decking, like some real decking, not just like observing and digging up information. Like, I liked at that moment he became like the rock star of the group. Like, we were fucked if we didn't have him there. Like, we were done. We're completely hosed.
Pug was
Yeah.
just like, oh, by the way, I'm gonna have a fit.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I hope I didn't talk over anyone too much, but there were times where people were talking, and I was like, yeah, time's ticking. It's like, no, Pseudo's just going to overrule you all and turn off all your wireless.
No,
and shit
that
like
was in character, because shit don't have time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything wireless except my like contact lenses and my
Your
Which
contact
would
lens
be
can
kinda
still be
shitty.
filled full of,
Yeah,
for instance,
which,
gay
Which
porn.
would really be shitty if he was like, oh yeah, I've hacked your contact lenses. Oh, by the way, Pug is now something else completely. It actually looks like some of the people you should shoot. You should shoot him.
I mean, that's fairly difficult because you need to you need to edit a feed on the fly, which is much more difficult. But much more obviously is stuff like just black.
Yeah.
You can't see anything, or sheet white, or whatever, or just
Or
fill you full of
porn.
spam. Yeah, as Pseudo pointed out earlier. So basically, for people in chat who are wondering, I'm gradually scaling up the interaction of magic and hacking in the world so that the players can get used to it, and that you in chat can get used to it, because there's a lot to think about in Shadowrun. So this mission we had some magic in the form of a spirit, and some hacking in the form of a very short hacking battle.
I haven't had the mana barrier.
And a Mara barrier, which didn't really... It wasn't ever really going to... Because you're not a very strong magic group, it wasn't probably going to become in
Yeah,
particularly
what
useful.
would that even be? What does that
Anything
mean?
that's dual-natured or only astral will have problems going through it. The only person who could be dual-natured out of the group is Kaba if he was dual-perceiving at the time. But because he can just turn that off, he can just walk through it and then turn it back on again.
That's a good thing about being a mystic adept.
I mean, if you're a
Opposed to
mage,
just,
you can
like-
do the same thing. You just stop perceiving.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that you always had to encounter mana
No,
barriers.
you're only dual-natured when you choose to perceive, or when you go out of your
fair
body.
enough.
If you go out of your body, the main thing about a mana barrier is it stops you from going on an astral recon and just leaving your body and floating around, because buoying barrier. That's what mana barriers are meant to do. They're effectively meant to stop people from astrally perceiving inside places. The side effect is spirits and stuff have issues going through them because they're dual-natured all the time. They exist on both the astral plane and the physical plane, and thus the astral part bounces against it, and the physical part is just like, what? I can't go through. It's empty space. Oh, astral. Balls. There you go. But yeah, no, I felt that was a good session. You got the anti-tank cannon out sooner than I expected. I was expecting about session 5 before that came out, not session 3, but okay. Now
I think he's been itching to use that cannon though for a little while. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean the issue with
that was good. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean they did. You pulled it right in front of them by accident. Things happen. But yeah, no. The issue with Shadowrun is that, well, in the short term, you can pull out an assault cannon and have a massive advantage. The long-term effect is you have issues with people suddenly being like, okay, these are our priority people to hunt because anti-tank gun. So do be aware of that as we go on. Especially chat needs to be aware of that because.
By the way, we're about to do a raid on the suspected safe house of those crazies with the anti-tank gun. Bring the attack helicopters. Just napalm it. Don't worry about it. We don't want to lose any good cops.
And particularly magic defenses and stuff, because they aren't as vulnerable to physical firepower. People are like, okay, well, send the spirits and stuff. The Yakuza
I was
triads.
very afraid of that elemental. When that showed up, I was like, there's nothing I can do. Most people I can mess with their guns.
Yeah.
But there is literally nothing I can do to this other than try to shoot the darkness.
We're really weak to magic. We've got kind of a
Kaber.
a missing piece of armor. It's not Kaber's fault.
It can't be everything.
Yep. That's my
Well,
problem too.
just be a mage because you're not very good at anything else. Oh, okay.
You run out of karma.
Sometimes.
This is what it is.
Sometimes you're an okay face.
No, the thing I like
It's better.
about
He just
like Cave
runs
is
out on
he's
his
an
friends
OP.
and leaves them there.
To be fair.
to deal with their shitty bloody social skills, like right next to the bloody Irish mob boss.
Hey, it's not my fault that you didn't leave when I got punched in the face.
To be fair, he does well when he's under stress and has to save himself. That's when he always rolls like those 10s and 11s and stuff.
Yeah.
Every time he has to save himself, 11 dice instantly.
I do well when the NPCs don't edge their fucking rolls.
Yeah, that too.
Fiction Dragon, are there anti-spirit things? Just off the top of my head, lasers. They're very rare, very expensive, and mainly due to Ares, and Ares have a history of fighting bug spirits, hence lasers. They are high AP, and thus bypass a lot of the immunity. I mean, if you want lasers...
I want lasers. I want a laser pistol.
You can get one. They're 8 damage minus 8 AP, I believe. I'd have to double check that.
Minus 8 AP, holy shit.
Yeah, all lasers
Sounds
are minus
nice.
8 AP.
I'm gonna shoot your engine block through your car. Pew pew.
If we don't get a blame Caber emoticon when the channel gets partnered, I'll be really disappointed. It'll be something like Roll4It Caber or something, or Roll Caber. That'll be the emote for Caber's face. We'll need A, art, which we're working on getting, and B, partnered, which we're working on getting. Don't worry, I'm going to hit up all my contacts, because my contact at Twitch I've been emailing seems to have disappeared. Suddenly there's no emails.
He gimped on the karma and character creation. He like got a Twitch contact. It's only 2-2.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I mean,
Terrible.
since you did get your mission and stuff, I will say you can have your karma now, especially if you intend to go to ground. Just because instead of waiting a few days for the Russian thing to come through, and I'm not sure where you're going with this, I will give you a karma. Your karma will be 3 karma each so far. Yay. If there's any, depending on where you go with this, there might be a +1.
I didn't even shoot the kids.
I didn't even shoot the kids.
He wanted to shoot them.
If you shot them, it would be like 2 karma, so don't worry.
I was not. I was never going to shoot
you a
the kids.
liar.
I
You already
was
shot
never-
a couple.
You
Of
love
course you
shooting
shoot the kids.
Had I reloaded to gel rounds, maybe I'd have thought about it.
Yeah,
but I
you'd have
was
shot
not gonna
him, but
shoot
you'd
them.
have put the
Paintball
gun
right between the
on
eyes.
his Adam's apples before pulling the trigger.
Convert
You
to
monster.
physical damage cord shot minus... Yeah.
Monster. But yeah,
I was
so,
never going to shoot the kids.
Yo,
But
you
yeah.
liar. You're only saying that now because you know Twitch chat would roast you.
Oh, they roasted me when I lifted my gun.
Twitch
Someone
makes a
says
good
grenade
point.
is still there. No,
Yeah.
they grabbed the grenade back when things went
Okay.
wrong.
So we grabbed all my spilled blood too. Got it.
No.
We might want to get some bleach in a spray bottle. Like just
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
these are the things that we
Like,
these are things that we
legit?
learn, right?
Get some bleach and spray bottle, or even better, get something that literally degrades blood rather than just bleach. Like, you get a proper agent for that. But yeah, no, bleach and spray bottle, good idea. Like, legit, do that.
But I thought it was a good idea, yeah.
Because
Alright.
blood can be used to use as a trace for magical, so that they can trace you and target a spell at you. Like
Basically,
search or kill.
your buggered Caber, and also your buggered Pug.
Nah,
always
it's all
looking.
good. It was some other troll, honest.
But he's got so little essence. Would it really help? Like, how are you
Actually,
gonna
that's a good
target
point.
something that has no essence?
I'll be honest, that does actually
he's-
help him in that regard.
He is practically not an organic
I've still got
being.
0.15. It's something.
You are so
Yeah.
close to being a cyber zombie, it's unreal.
Caber, though. Caber's buggered.
0.15 is all you
Caber
got.
didn't bleed.
He
Caber
did.
took stun damage, and then stun
Let-
damage
no.
overflowing.
Yeah, and then you said he was bleeding from his nose when he woke up.
Yeah,
that was
but
the
it's very
Decker.
minor. I'd assume it would just
Okay.
be on his face for now.
Okay.
Because
I was
it
slapping
was
him
it
pretty
was overflow
hard.
damage.
He had a mask on too, so that would stop
any-
it.
any- Anything
so
liquid
like
will-
on inside the mask.
It's
yeah.
your mask.
Yeah.
Man.
It only
I
took
took his mask off
2
in order
points
to
to
slap
score.
him.
True.
That's very true. You were slapping my mask. Good job.
Well, I lifted the mask. I
Yeah, you didn't
specifically
specify.
said I said I was leaving red welts on your cheeks. That implies
cheeks
the
of my
mask is
mask.
off. Yeah. Can your mask have red welts?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
You need a ruthenium polymer mask so that you can just put red welts on it when you need to. Oh! When you were rolling body, none of you added the +2 for the mask. As far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Forgot about it.
Masks
We
add
forgot
+2
before.
just if they were helmets. But cost
We
more,
forgot
but
I don't
they
think it
cover
would
your
have
face.
helped anyways. Most of
Oh,
the
I
damage
definitely
it was
had that
taking
in there.
was-
Oh, okay, you
I
had that
definitely
then.
had the +2.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
you
did
did?
not.
Oh,
I
I
did
didn't.
not.
Pug, by
I
the
didn't
way,
get
are you
shot,
adding your
so-
+1 for natural troll armor?
Yes.
Okay.
That's something that was brought up in chat last time. Was I didn't have my +3 for the chrome that I had, and then the +1 for the troll armor.
+3 for chrome.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
look
you've
it up.
got,
I just closed it.
The skin augment that gives you...
Yes.
Yeah.
Starts with
Basically,
an O,
his
whatever it's
skin
called.
naturally produces silk threads that are also interlaced in his like epidermis. His epidermis.
So people were asking in chat, why was I rolling 28 this time when last time I was rolling 24? It's because I was forgetting those two things. It's +4 armor.
Yeah. Pug is built to be a tank, which the problem is that when something comes out that can kill Pug, it will kill Pug slowly, and it will kill everyone else in one shot.
Yes.
Like, Gary
It
Katana
won't kill
will
me.
probably
I won't
KO
be
anyone
there.
else.
I won't be there. I'll be somewhere else. I'll be
Yeah,
asleep.
that's the advantage. You know when you're going into a situation, Pug's at the front. If you get surprised, people die.
Yes.
Nobody die.
No.
Try not
I
to.
try not to.
Yeah.
Except
The main issue with that
except the
last
elf.
one was the elemental coming in from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elemental
I'm very
travels,
glad. I'm so glad that when we turned that grenade on, it was like, yeah. Well, since you were just wiring it, Pseudo, you're the one who's defending it. I was like, oh, that is good. That is really good. That would have been really bad if it was just blowback using.
Well,
his,
I
like-
assume that because you're a clever person, as soon as a grenade and you're planning it with blowback, you go, oh, yeah, I'm going to concentrate on the grenade for the time being, and oh, someone's trying to hack it.
You naughty boy.
What I was
think
worried
about the
about with the
hack going
grenade
through.
was what I was worried about the grenade was we had stuff propping open the elevator downstairs. Means we could not use the elevator no matter what. It was stuck there.
Yeah.
And if the grenade goes off in the stairwell, we can't use the stairs either. That's bad.
I mean, the worst
On the
part is
fire escapes
18
in London?
penetration at 18
Yeah.
physical at close range.
If that grenade had gone off, Pseudo would have been dead. End of Pseudo.
There would have been no extract. Me too.
Yeah,
I was dead.
screw-
I've been
I mean,
done
the
for.
thing
Screw
about, the thing
that.
about
I would have been
hackers is
stuck
you
on the
take them
4th
in-
floor.
You take hackers in close, like in Matrix combat, it's a back and forth, a slugfest. You take a hacker and you're not defending against it, the hacker will screw you up massively if you're not expecting it. Like, oh, by the way, your grenade goes off, and you're point blank range.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
In this effect, that's the same as magicians. They are glass cannons.
Yeah.
If you can get the meat body, they're glass. If you are not their meat body and they screw with you and you're not defending, they are cannon. So as you found out there, you were very lucky to avoid 18p at close range.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's how it rolls. But hopefully you've all had fun watching this session. We'll be
I
back
had a
same
load of fun.
time
I
next
really,
week.
really enjoyed the more thinky bits of this one. All of the different places it can go.
I think we're getting better at it too. Like we're starting to think things out a little better. Like we end up in combat every time, no matter what. But we're
If we were
getting
getting
more.
better at it, the elf wouldn't be getting punched in the face when he tries to talk his way out of a situation.
He almost talked his way out, and then he suggested that like one of them would fuck him, and then
Had to.
That's pseudo level sass.
Pseudo has some sense about him. He's like, no.
And these bloody Irish people. I'm not gonna mess with Irish people. Just some dumb Londoner. Yeah, sure, I'll call his brother chicken shit. I'm not gonna mess with an Irish. No, they'll just pull the battle axe they got out from behind the bar. Mount my head on the wall. No.
Yeah. But, right, well, I think it's a good point to do our attribution, and then we'll say where people can catch all of our lovely stars for tonight, and we'll be back next week. And I'm really interested to see where this goes. I'm like, why does it have to be every week? I really want more. At the same time as DMing this, I've got so much planning to do. I'm like,
just a quick, like, because you were asking us feedback. Can I ask you, did you anticipate us going in the directions that we went as players?
To an extent, yes. I tend to, like, I know a lot of DMs do it differently, but I tend to put, like, you know when you thought brainstorm, you put, like, circles around words, and then you go to the next one. That's how I do it. I put scene, and they tend to be big scenes. I didn't expect you to go into the Irish, but that was a good call, considering you were technically sort of in their territory. It was a very good call. It's very nice of you to do that. And it also almost gets you a contact with the Irish.
We're such nice guys.
Yeah, you almost got contact with an Irish mob boss, which is pretty good. You failed, but you almost got the contact.
Dave told him to fuck him.
I mean, I anticipated there was a fight at the apartment block, which is what I had in mind.
I get the feeling that Pseudo can still get in with this guy, because he seemed okay with Pseudo being there. He even talked to him after.
He almost gave Pseudo contact. He was that close. True story. But it's still a bit iffy about you guys, especially since you were definitely pulling him on.
To be fair, that was some like pro level acting from someone who has to default on all of his social skills.
No, it was really good. You got 3 hits and I got 2, and I was like, oh, okay. Also, I'm introducing to the concept of the enemies having edge.
Yeah. You've always been doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of
ever
edge.
since we began.
Basically, the way edge works is each squad of enemies has a distributed edge pool called their professional rating. Yakuza, for instance, are professional for their organized crime. That means they have 4 edge for their entire squad. And they ran out of edge when they used the last point of edge. Crime Boss has his own edge. He can keep rolling forever.
Crime Boss is effectively another Shadowrunner.
Yeah, he's a prime runner. Yeah, that's the exact term. He can roll using his own edge. But yeah, no, that's exactly how it works. And for people in chat who are wondering, consequences do scale. As people get more and more used to it, and used to the setting, and used to how the mechanics work, I will be upping the ante in terms of consequences for your actions. So right now, your actions don't net you as much as they will a few weeks down the line, but they also will net you definite consequences compared to a few weeks ago when you shot up a Lone Star Patrol. And this is just an introduction for both chat and the players to the way I DM Shadowrun in particular, as opposed to just Shadowrun in general. Because Shadowrun can be a massive spectrum. There is Pink Mohawk, which is, get the guns out! And no consequence comes from it. And then there's Trenchcoat. Trenchcoat is, get the guns out, yeah, you get followed and dead because everyone, like, blood and DNA and everything. I tend to play middle, which is called Mirror Shades, towards Trenchcoat. But generally, I'm very cautious with my players, and I bring them along gently, and I show them this will get you consequences. Make sure you think about things, because, of course, each DM is different, and there is a very wide spectrum there with Shadowrun. But yeah, no, I did anticipate a few of the things, but a lot of the ways you went about it was very interesting, and especially with rolling so high on some of your rolls to do that medkit, you found a lot more of the backstory than I actually anticipated. Which is great, because I have a backstory for that. Like, there is actually stuff going on. There will always be layers within layers.
I'm super thankful for my Shadowrun rumors.
Yeah.
Because that was just like, I'll give him a specialization.
It gives us advantage, too, because sometimes you feel like the story is being totally dictated by the GM.
No.
It's nice every now and again when the players have, like, a bargaining chip, and we're like, we get to choose where this goes now.
That's what I always find about
Shadowrun.
Shadowrun, it should be, you aren't the story. The story is the world. You can't change the world, but you're a cog in it, and as a cog, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, it may result in your death, but you can do whatever you want. Just be cautious that there are side effects of your little bubble. But yeah, no, as Shadowrunners, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, you could cause massive structural change to the universe, and we just deviate from the universe that Catalyst have created for Shadowrun. That's perfectly fine, but there would be massive consequences to those sort of game-changing actions. And that's the way I tend to rule it with Shadowrun, is that, yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. Just be aware, especially with Shadowrun, there are consequences. That is the thing about Shadowrun.
No, I really enjoyed it. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
So, the attribution for tonight is as follows. Especially thank you to Lady Shilab for the amazing voiceover that we've got on our current 2 intro videos. There is another intro video coming, which will be to do with mechanics and just a general overview of how dice rolls work, which I'm currently working on. I'm having to scratch, though. I've got about 20% done. It's a very long one, this one, though. We've also got a number of small attributions, which if you go check out the YouTube videos for both of the little videos we've got, for instance, Welcome Meta Humanity and Welcome to the Shadows, they're both in the descriptions for those on our YouTube channels. We also got thank you to, and I will bring up my audio selection here. Thank you to Cessation Studios, Nervous Test Pilot, Fly By No, which is the Endless Space soundtrack, and also to Epidemic Sound, who I use for some of my other incidental music, for instance this one right now. Those all have provided some amazing music and are all just attribution users the hell you want, which is amazing, especially stuff like Fly By No, who provided the End of Space soundtrack. Great deal that they can just be like, oh, by the way, the soundtrack, yeah, use it however you want, just attribute us. Yeah, I really love it when really people do that, especially, you know, Nervous Test Pilot does the same. That's actually the Frozen Synapse music, if you've ever played that. And Pool Mode 7 on Twitter, I think it is, just said, yeah, use it, just attribute it, which is absolutely great. I love that, and shout out to those games. They're actually quite fun. In addition, there will be some more stuff coming. I'm hoping to get a few more attribution things just sorted out behind the scenes so I can have a bit more selection of music and so on. And hopefully we'll have a partnership with Twitch soon. Again, I don't know how that's going to go. I'm still waiting for the feedback on that. But yeah, thank you everyone who said that they would love to support us that way. We'll be looking into that in the future. So, Avak, where can people find you in the intervening week?
YouTube.com/Avak or Twitch TV /Avak, or on Twitter it is Avak_.
Awesome.
At the moment I'm playing a lot of Stardew Valley on my YouTube channel. It's pretty much become a Stardew Valley YouTube channel.
Yeah, I got into that too late, and I'm like looking at them like, if I play you, you will absorb my life.
It will.
Yeah.
Yep. It's inevitable.
I'm trying to resist. Stejo!
As always, you can find me over at youtube.com/Stejo and twitter.com/Stejo. It's pretty much the only places you'll find me.
And what are you doing at the moment?
The usual. Everything. Videos a day.
Stejo is doing everything. You should definitely check that out. I mean, everything is an amazing thing. It's an amazing game. Shen!
Hey, I'm Shen. I play a bunch of strategy games. Pretty well known for Paradox, Europa, Crusader Kings, that sort of stuff. I play a lot of that on my YouTube channel, and I play right now Stardew Valley, just like Mr. Avak. It's fucking addicting as hell. I'll put my links in chat.
I believe that's a body plus willpower test with an extended every week or so. I've not been reading enough Shadowrun rules. Splatter.
Yeah, you can find me at youtube.com/SplatterCatGaming, and then the exact same thing at Twitch TV, twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming. And at the moment, like everybody else, I'm playing Stardew Valley, and so we're doing that every single day. Playing a bunch of indie games, though, aside from that. I've got a whole bunch of just random series right now that are random little indie releases, and that's what I focus on out there.
Okay. Cool. I'm, of course, Enterelysium. You can find Twitter literally right there. My YouTube is youtube.com/Enterelysium. My Twitch is, of course, YouTube, twitch.tv/Enterelysium. Wow, my brain is tired.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The details, they seem sketchy. I need to roll a con.
I will roll con and I will fail because my con is terrible. My negotiation is amazing. Can I roll that instead?
Yeah, I'm currently
playing way too many things, including Adrift, From the Depths, Battlefleet Gothic, playing as the Orcs because they've just been released for the beta and it's amazing. Wag. XCOM and Master Ryan, and a lot of other stuff. There's so many games. And also at the same time trying to figure out the rules for Shadowrun because there are a lot of rules. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be, of course, back here next week. Your continued support is absolutely amazing. We've had a really good turnout. I think we're all really grateful for the amount of support we've had. And we're only 3 episodes in. The fact we're having like 700 or more concurrents all the time is, frankly, I mean, I'm massively surprised and thankful and grateful for the massive support we're getting. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's really appreciated.
It's hard to start up a new stream. It really sincerely is. Yeah. And so people like spending the time to come out here and get to know the stream and have a good time. It means a lot. It really does.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we're definitely looking into, what you want from us in the future and so on this channel. And we're looking out for, whether you want, partnerships with Twitch, so you can sub, Patreons, tip jars, whatever. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot of response in the chat for wanting a partnership with Twitch, so you can have little emotes and stuff, so you can mostly blame Kaber. I mean, who wouldn't? Apart from Kaber. But yeah,
right now
you so
can
much.
Do it on Twitter.
Yeah, if you want to go to Twitter and at Roll4It, that's Romeo Oscar Lima Lima for Indigo Tango. You just hashtag blame Kaber. If you can get that trending, we'd much appreciate that. Kaber would.
I would love to see that trending.
But
this is the worst day of my life.
We'll be back next time. That's 1 p.m. PST. It's Pacific Daylight Time, PDT. And 9 p.m. BST, which unfortunately is not GMT anymore. Figure that out in your own time zone, or I'm sure we'll put up a link on the Twitch, the Twitter. But yeah, we'll be back same time next week, and hopefully you enjoy it. The VODs, if you're wondering, will be back on this channel immediately now. You can go check out the VODs. Don't worry about that. You'll also have the Twitch chat on the side, which is great.
Just to let everyone know regarding the VODs, because a few people were asking me, because we hadn't finished the run, I wasn't uploading my VODs because I want to be able to just upload them. I don't want to people to see just half of the run, and then because on YouTube they wouldn't necessarily realize that it's just because we haven't finished that yet. So they'll all be going up in sequence on my channel over the next couple of days.
Yeah. So the VODs tend to come out 40 hours or more later in parts. If you're into that, then cool. YouTube does have definitely a better server system for delivering you the content. But if you want to see the chat at the side, Twitch, because they now save the chat at the side, and I honestly say that the chat at the side is pretty fun, actually. That would be my preferred way of watching it, even though I kind of have issues with the Twitch servers myself for watching VODs. So yeah, feel free to do that, and of course, go follow us on Twitter, because that's the way you'll hear about any changes and stuff, and we'll also take feedback. And when we get subbed, we are looking to get feedback from subs in terms of something, maybe it's to do with the actual runs they'll take, or whatever, but I'm definitely looking to somehow integrate subs into our world, in effect. But yeah, I'm sorry this has been a long outro, but I'm so thankful for how this has taken off. I really appreciate it, guys. You're honestly amazing fans. So thank you very much. And until next time, stay shiny.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Blame Kaber.